Do you ever just, like, wonder what goes on in the minds of people while they're at school? Like, what compels them to do certain things that they do? So, okay, I was in biology today, and I set my bag down, and then I went to go do this errand for my teacher for some quizzes and stuff. And I came back, I sat down, and I smelled something. I didn't know what. It was pretty gross. I looked down, moved my bag. I noticed the entire bottom of my bag was soaked, and I had nothing in it that could drip liquid. So it was just kind of a moment. I just kind of And then I looked, and I noticed this pink stuff on the ground, and I was like, what? So I stood up, and I looked, and there was this pink yogurt just all over the floor, and I set my bag right in it. And that classroom had been empty all of the block before that, so it's just been sitting there smelling like rotting milk. Like, who does that? Who spills their yogurt and just leaves it there and lets it rot on the floor? That is so nasty. I can't believe I put my bag in that. Now my biology textbook is wet on the bottom, and it smells like rotting milk, and I cannot believe that people just are so indecent that they can't just, like, oh, I spilled my yogurt, let me clean it up. No, that's not how the world works. I put my bag in your yogurt. That's how the world works. Yeah, so that happened to me today, and it was just kind of one of those things. Anyway, so I've been, like, messing around and stuff, and I was messing around in Mass Effect with my friend Becca, and we were talking about it. We were like, okay, so we want to have a game night. We want to do this thing where we do nothing but game all night, and we had to pick a game. So it was a choice between Resistance and Mass Effect and Fallout and Dragon Age. And we actually originally tried Resistance, and we had it on the hardest setting, and we could not get past the first mission, and it was so absurd. Like, there were all these glitches, and there was literally a glitch where you killed the Chimera, and it was still standing there, and you could walk through the Chimera, and so we had this whole, like, thing about that. We had, like, this snap war with people about that. It was pretty fantastic. But then my other friend Lee had to leave, and so Becca and I were sitting there, and we were like, let's play Mass Effect. So we go, and we have this character, and it's great, it's fantastic. We put it on the hardest difficulty because that's the only way to play games with your friends. I mean, who needs casual mode? But so we were playing, and there was we were rescuing. The first thing that we did was we did the Keeper mission, and I literally spent at least, I want to say 30 or 45 minutes finding all of the Keepers, because I couldn't quite remember where they all were. I just had general ideas, so I would walk around and I'd be like, wait, and then I would just sit there. My character would just stand there as I contemplated if there was something there. And Becca was just like, give me the controller! And I was like, no, this is my mission! So I found them all. And then the first real mission that we ever did after that was we went to Artemis Tau, and we had to figure out which planet that Liara was on, because we wanted to get Liara as a companion because we had everyone else. So we're going, and we land with the Mako, which is a beautifully horrible vehicle, and we're going, and she's just like, I can't shoot with this, so she's literally just driving over the enemies, and it's the funniest thing ever. She's just sitting there holding the controller, screaming. It was priceless. And then we finally got to the part where you're outside of the lab, and you have the Geth ghosts, and then the big, like, crawly ones with all fours, and the big eye, and they shoot these awful laser beams. It's awful. So we got there, and it took us about an hour or so to actually, like, to beat the level, because we had it on hardcore mode, and these lasers that the Geth ghosts have, they would disintegrate your health bar, like, as soon as you touched it. Like, it did not do that in the casual mode. Let me tell you that now. It took, like, a good chunk, but it didn't kill you. It was just really, it was upsetting, but it was also really fun. So we kept going back, and so we finally figured out this pattern, and so we would run, we would throw a grenade, and then we'd run behind the farthest box that there was, and then we would just sit there and we would snipe people. And by the way, a fantastic sniper. Anyway, so we would just snipe people, and all of a sudden I was looking down at my phone, and she just starts hooting. She's like, ah! And I was like, holy shit, what's wrong? And she's like, I beat it! And I was like, what? Yeah, I beat it! And I looked at the screen, and there were no more enemies, and this is like an hour of time, and we would switch off every time we died, and I was like, oh, we beat it. And it was just this moment of pure camaraderie. We just like, our hands, they met, and we just stood there. It was so fantastic. I was so happy, because hardcore mode is hardcore. Like, they are not playing around with that. And so we get inside to get Liara, and there's all this, like, stuff that you have to do. You have to break the shield and stuff, and we were just dying everywhere. And then we got to the part where we're leaving with Liara, and this fucking Krogan, he just comes up, and on hardcore mode in that area, the minute that you actually start fighting, it's like game over. I mean, there's no place to hide. You have to run around everywhere, but everyone still keeps shooting you, and the Krogan finds you, and he charges you, and we literally, we played it like twice, and we were like, no. Because we just spent so much time doing these other 2 missions. There was so much effort to try and beat this Krogan. It was just no. It was just not happening that day. So, it was pretty intense. It was pretty fun. I had a good time. I hope we do that again. So, yeah. That was my weekend.